Bitch, the po-po holder done fuck with the wrong motherfucking family this time. I ain't saying, I'm just motherfucking saying. Empire Season 3, Episode 2, Seeing That Amends. And I'm gonna apologize in advance because this fucking chair that I'm sitting in, it's about time for a new one. Because this motherfucker's all kind of squeaky and shit. But let's proceed. Lucious is not giving up on his boo sugar cookie without a motherfucking fight, okay? So he is delivering all types of lavish, expensive gifts to Cookie's home, okay? He's delivered a fucking statue of a lion. He also delivered this expensive ass espresso machine. Bitch, I can't even fucking talk because that's some shit that's, you know, that nothing I can even dream of fucking affording, to be completely honest with you. He even delivers a gold gun. Well, he doesn't deliver it himself, but he has a gold gun delivered to her home. Now, Portia, you know, Portia, which is Cookie's assistant, Portia like, bitch, we don't need to be giving this shit back, bitch. This is an espresso machine. But Cookie's like, get all of this shit out of my house. I done told Lucious it's over. He can't be trying to shower me with all these fucking gifts and thinking that's going to win me back over. So she makes the people take all the shit back to Lucious, with the exception of one thing. Because in her words, she is done with his ass. You go, girl. Now, Jamal has a radio interview with Angelo, aka Tay Diggs. And was that Angela Yee? I don't know. I was kind of tripping, but I was thinking, ain't that Angela Yee? Y'all let me know down in the comment section. Was that Angela Yee? Now, during this radio interview, Angelo, aka Tay Diggs, convinces Jamal to get involved with this anti-violence summit thing that he's going to be having. Now, at first, you know, he was kind of like, he wasn't really sure if he wanted to do it, but Jamal agrees to do it. Now, his mama, aka his manager, is over there in the corner like, motherfucker, you better not goddamn agree to no shit like this. But Jamal does agree to it because remember, Jamal is a survivor of gun violence himself, okay? Because remember, Free the Gas shot his ass up over there at the Ace Awards, and now he's going through this whole PTSD situation. Speaking of PTSD, Angelo decided to diagnose Jamal with PTSD, and Jamal was like, with all due respect, you're not a doctor, so don't diagnose me with PTSD. But for real though, Jamal, that's likely, that's more than likely what you have, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You don't have to actually have been, a lot of people think that you have to be have been in the military to have PTSD. Absolutely not. You could have had a traumatic experience during an episode in your life, you know, depending on what the episode was. It could have been a rape, it could have been bullying, anything, and you could be a victim of PTSD. So I think that you have PTSD, but he told him, don't diagnose me because you ain't no doctor. Okay, he's like, okay, I apologize. But Jamal agrees to be a part of this anti-violence summit. But his mama Cookie, she don't really like this little smooth talking motherfucker, Tay Diggs, aka Angelo. After all is said and done, Jamal invites Angelo and the kids back to Empire. Now, as they were at Empire, Lucious was coming through and Jamal was like, hey dad. And one of the little boys that was part of the summit ended up rapping for Lucious. And of course, Lucious being a businessman, he was like, you know what, Angelo, how about I stream this whole summit thing on Empire Extreme? Girl, Lucious may be, you know, petty as fuck, but let me tell you, he is a good ass businessman. I ain't saying, I'm just saying he saw a good ass opportunity in front of him and he was like, oh, okay, we gonna stream this on Empire Extreme. You know, all of it's gonna be on me. Now, remember back during last episode when Jamal had his little meltdown situation when he was on stage, when they were streaming live over, you know, on Empire Extreme in Times Square and all these other fucking places? Well, now that Lucious sees how, you know, people have taken a great liking to Nessa, now he's all about Nessa. He wants to work with Nessa. He wants to see what, and then of course, Sean is like, oh, see, we could have been doing it. We could have been making millions. Okay, we could have been making millions if you wouldn't have been shooting me down all these fucking years. But of course, like I said, now Lucious is all about Nessa. But Hakeem, you know, Hakeem comes and he's like, yeah, I want to do a little something with you. But petty ass Lucious is like, shouldn't you be at home with your baby mama tending to your little girl? Bella's all at the house crying and shit, and your motherfucking ass around here talking about something you want to get in the studio with Nessa. So Lucious, you know, don't really want Hakeem to even be a part of this, but Hakeem don't pay his ass no attention. He goes into the studio with Nessa and they produce this hot ass track. I mean, it was cool. It was cute. It was cute, you know, for what it was. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about the track that Hakeem and Nessa did in the studio. Like I said, it was cute for what it was. Now let me go into this whole little spiel right here really, really quickly. And some of you may agree and some of you may disagree with me. And that's cool. Lucious comes home one day and he's all like, who the fuck are all these people in my crib? Now Anika motherfucking ass got all of these strangers in Lucious's crib talking about she need to hire a nanny. Talking about I can't do this by myself. Bitch, who are you? Okay? Who the fuck are you? Do you know that you have millions of women around here who have raised children on their own? Who the fuck are you to feel like you need a nanny like you got some damn triplets or something? Lucious, like, you know damn well the only reason why you up in this house is to basically keep my ass out of the motherfucking slammer, okay? And to keep you out of the slammer, too. Because remember that whole little incident with Rhonda when you pushed her over the balcony? Bitch, you need to be in jail, too. Or you could be in jail, too. If you decide that you want to run your motherfucking mouth, you could be in jail, too. He said, so while you in this house, your only fucking job is to be a mother and to take care of your baby. Fuck you mean a motherfucking nanny? That shit made me gag. Like, girl, a nanny? For real? For why? Okay? For why? And I don't want nobody trying to come for me. I do understand that it is hard raising a child on your own, but bitch, okay? But bitch, that's some rich people shit. Just saying. So now it's getting to the point where Cookie is returning all of the fucking gifts that Lucious decided that he wanted to deliver to her house. The lion, the espresso machine, and all that shit. However, she does not return that gold gun, bitch. I wouldn't have returned that shit either. I'm just saying. Lucious also plays a song that, you know, was playing when he first met Cookie. And of course, like I said, Cookie is, at this point, she thinks that she's completely over Lucious. I think maybe later on in this season, they're probably going to end up getting back together. I'm just saying. But he plays her that song, and you can kind of look in her eyes and see that, you know, it kind of melted her heart just a little bit. Just a little bit. But she makes sure to let him know that, look, okay, you didn't try to, you know, lavish me with all these expensive ass gifts that I can buy for myself, mind you. I just want you to know that keep your distance from me, stay away from me. I told you, you handle the business side of things, I handle the music side, and that's it and that's all. And she also lets him know you ain't wearing me down, even though, like I said, he is just a little bit. Lucious even went as far as to get Biz Markie, okay, Biz Markie, to do a special performance at Cookie's house, girl. But he said he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. And then there we go with the teenage Cookie and Lucious Lion flashbacks, which I absolutely love. And we find out that Cookie was like a Catholic schoolgirl, and she even had a quote unquote nerdy boyfriend. And when she saw Lucious for the first time, she walked up to him, you know what I'm saying, walked past him and just started dancing, even though her friends were basically trying to keep her away from Lucious because I guess they sensed that he was a bad boy. And you know, but Cookie just, you know, she fell for Lucious. So I thought that was cute, that whole little scene right there. I want to see more of teenage Cookie and Lucious. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see more as well in the comments. Now, Andre, he's still a little insane in the membrane, okay? We know that Rhonda pretty much did everything for him. And first of all, Andre don't need to be nowhere by his goddamn self. Nowhere. So he's in the house by himself, and he's calling out to Rhonda. Then Rhonda appears, but not physically. It's like we can hear her voice and things, but Jamal catches him talking to himself, and he's like, who you talking to? He was like, Rhonda. He was like, she's here? And of course, Andre, he's like, no. And then he's starting to have a fucking breakdown because Rhonda did everything for him. She made sure that he took his medication, he took the right doses. She had like a whole little system set up, and he was basically like, I can't do this without Rhonda. I cannot do this without Rhonda. But Jamal tells him, look, man, look, I'll help you. I got a whole system set up. Even how I take my medications, I got a chart. I want to help you. And of course, Andre, like, I can't have you helping me. He was like, look, man, I want to do it. And Andre eventually agrees to allow agrees to allow Jamal to help him with this whole medication thing, because he was totally dependent on Rhonda when it came to his mental health. Later, Andre asked his mom how she kept fighting when she lost everything, went to jail, you know, basically lost her entire life. and asked her how does she keep fighting, because he doesn't feel like he's strong enough to cope after the death of Rhonda. And of course his mama telling him, yes you are, you strong enough, okay, you are strong enough, you're stronger than people give you credit for. I'm praising you for it. Number one, when I was in prison, you fought your way out of the hood, okay, you fought your way out of the hood with your family, and that alone proves that you're strong enough to handle anything. So kudos to Cookie for consoling her baby, because like I said, yeah, I'm thinking Andre gonna have a show enough mental breakdown. And I think the quote unquote ghost of Rhonda that keeps visiting him, or that he keeps summoning, I'm thinking that one of these good old days, that ghost of Rhonda is probably going to prompt his ass to fuck around and snitch. You know they killed old boy, okay? I can't think of his fucking name right now, but remember the motherfucker they buried and shit? The ghost of Rhonda gonna have his ass spilling all the goddamn beans. I don't know. This is me assuming and guessing and shit. I hope that's not the case, but you know, we know that the ghost of Rhonda that is visiting him is not really the same Rhonda that was, you know, with him when he was alive. This is a completely different motherfucker now that she dead. So this old evil spirit motherfucker that be visiting him and shit. Y'all get what I'm saying. Now let me backtrack for a quick second and talk about how much of a loose cannon that Shine is. If you guys remember in the studio when that dude was low-key looking at Nessa's ass and Shine caught the shit out of the corner of his eye, he knocked the fuck out the dude and he was out cold on the floor. He was like, oh, that motherfucker, he'll wake up eventually. I think that's going to be a bad thing, okay, later on in this season, probably for Hakeem, because it seems to me that Hakeem and Nessa, they're probably going to eventually start warming up to each other, and I don't know if Shine gonna like that too much. Y'all let me know. Meanwhile, at the anti-violence summit, okay, Angelo gives a nice speech. And of course, Cookie's all like, you know, this motherfucker ain't never been in the hood a day in his damn life. Mama been together 50 years. And Cookie don't like him, by the way, but of course, before Lucious lets anybody up in Empire, before Lucious, you know, opens up to anybody, he makes sure that he lets a pimp named Slickback run all kind of background checks on him. He said pimp named Slickback ran background checks on this motherfucker, and he had a DUI 20 years ago. Mom and daddy bailed him up out of the shit, so he squeaked clean on a motherfucker. After the performance and after Angelo's speech, of course, Lucious gets up there to speak, okay? Lucious gets up there to speak. You know what? I got my son here with me. Why don't you get up and do a performance, Jamal? Knowing damn well that Jamal is having this whole, all these PTSD episodes and stage fright and shit, and he can't perform. Lucious know what the fuck he doing. He did that shit on purpose. And after having a conversation with somebody else, like they said, after you have an issue with something, sometimes you have to face it head on. You have to attack it head on. But I don't think this was the time nor the place for Lucious to try to put Jamal on the spot to perform. I think that was fucked up, for real. Especially during a live Empire X stream. He know what he was doing. He know people gonna be watching that shit. So after he does that, of course, Jamal starts having one of his episodes and he has to, you know, exit motherfucking stage left. And of course, Cookie follows him and Lucious comes back there. He's like, what's wrong? Cookie like, are you out of your damn mind? You know damn well that Jamal couldn't get up there and perform. You know the type of shit that Jamal going through right now. Why the fuck would you do that? But Lucious is petty as fuck. He don't give a fuck. He know exactly what he doing and he did that shit on purpose, girl. I'm like, oh hell, because Jamal even tells Cookie, I can't do this no more. So what the fuck does that mean? You done with music? Because if you can't get on stage to perform, does that mean you completely done with music altogether? What the fuck? Jamal gonna have to get some help with this shit, for real. Now, after the event, Lucious and Cookie, they're having a whole little conversation situation. And Angelo comes and interrupts. He was like, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to thank you for allowing us to come on here and perform at Empire and be a part of Empire Extreme. I really, really do appreciate it. And of course, Lucious is like, no problem, no problem. Now, remember, Cookie don't really like this Angelo motherfucker, but he ends up striking up a conversation with her, okay? And she low-key flirting with him, but Lucious standing over there in the corner like, okay, motherfucker, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I let you bring your kids here to perform, you know, at Empire, on the Empire Extreme. I allowed you to do that. Now you bring your funk ass over here and you buttering up to my lady. So Lucious, oh hell no, okay? Because we noticed, like I said, after Angelo and Cookie kind of low-key flirt with each other and he invites Cookie somewhere, and after Lucious catches wind of that motherfucking shit, you know, Angelo goes to shake Lucious' hand and Lucious like, I don't want to shake your hand, motherfucker. Let me just say that jealousy is a motherfucking understatement. Lucious is furious that this motherfucker that he just invited into his home is basically buttering up to his lady. Tariq is still watching Lucious. Remember, he didn't put this camera inside of this bear and hid it in baby Bella's room, okay? Remember, he did that old fuck shit. So Anika is putting the baby to bed because Lucious is asleep and the baby's laying on his chest. So while Lucious is asleep, Anika goes to get the baby to lay the baby in the baby bed. But the monitor that she has picks up like some static and shit. So she walks up to the teddy bears and she's waving the monitor in front of the teddy bears and it's staticking, okay? So that's how they end up discovering that there's a camera in one of the motherfucking teddy bears. And of course, Lucious tries to play the shit off. He's like, oh, why does baby Bella, okay, have this ugly ass teddy bear in here? And he goes and he grabs the camera and, you know, of course, Tariq know that they on to his ass. Now, motherfucker, you done hid some shit in my house. You better watch out, motherfucker. Hakeem, Jamal, and Andre, they link up and they, you know, talking about the next steps and the things that they want to do. And Andre is finally deciding that it's time to come to terms with Rhonda's death and move on from the whole situation. And then we get to the part that pissed me. Family, girl, that shit had me hot and heated motherfucking last night. Let me just tell you that right here, right now. So Andre is removing all of his things from he and Rhonda's old home, okay? And two cops show up. And we do see, you know, a Becky with the good hair over there in the motherfucking corner. She probably the motherfucker who called the cops, you know what I'm saying? Solo motherfucking dolo. So two cops show up and they question Andre about recent break-ins in the motherfucking neighborhood. And he's like, oh, I don't know nothing about that, okay? I used to live in this goddamn building. They then proceed to ask him if he had anything to do with the recent break-ins. We already know what that fucking means. He's like, what you doing around these parts? This is a nice fucking neighborhood, you know. Everybody over here is of the Caucasian persuasion. What is your black crisp ass doing over here? That's what they really wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? And then they asked him for identification. He's like, well, my identification is inside of the car. And then he proceeds to just put his boxes in the trunk. And then these motherfucking cricket ass police officers take Andre, slam him to the ground, handcuff him. And not only did they slam him to the ground and handcuff him, girl, this is some eerie ass fucking shit. They decide to pull their pistol out, point it at his fucking head, and basically threaten to off his motherfucking ass. Bitch, tell me that is not eerily similar to all of the incidents that are going on in America right now. And of course, I know, you know, Lee Daniels and, you know, the rest of the creative directors and all of these people, I know that they did that for a reason. That was, you know, basically to make sure everybody continues to talk about all of the unjust shit that's going on in America. But bitch, the fact that they had this man handcuffed and then they still gonna pull a gun and put it to the man's head, bitch, like I said, they didn't fuck with the wrong motherfucking family. I enjoyed this episode. You guys let me know what y'all thought about this episode down in the comment section. Let me know how you think it's going to turn out with the police profiling Andre and putting a gun to his head and all that shit. We know that Lucious is crazy as fuck, okay? We know that Lucious is crazy as all get out. So I'm really interested to see how this ends up playing out. And I'm so proud of Lee Daniels and, like I said, the rest of the creators and the directors and producers of Empire for continuing to bring awareness to all of the unjust things that are going on in America. I'm here for it. I don't know about y'all. I enjoyed this episode. Again, let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comment section. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoyed these recap videos, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.